scallywags!
What's up, everybody? This is HMS. Welcome to Game 2 of the Tournament Number 3 Finals between HMS Temple UPS, Universal Pirate Shipping, and Kill That UPS, also known as the Dragon Fleet, just for shorthand purposes. So, Game 2 of this best of 5, and we're going to roll off, see who goes first. Red die for the UPS fleet, sorry, and then black for the Dragon Fleet. So, okay. So just like in the first game, the Dragon Fleet will go first. So they might change their strategy a little bit with that though. And they're going to propose the use of mysterious islands. So they can put in Isles of Fire that have a chance of eliminating treasure from the game. But the UPS fleet doesn't want that. So they're going to roll off, see who gets it. And okay, no Isles of Fire. For the first time in a few games this tournament, no Isles of Fire, because the Grand Temple fleet wins that roll. So we'll do all normal islands, and therefore we don't need them to really be random. So I'm just going to splay them out towards the bottom here and pick one up. So player 1 places the first island. So Dragon Fleet, Kill That UPS, led by Angelica. We're going to place it, I think, probably in the southwest corner. You want to go in a corner to start out, because they want islands maximum distance apart, 6L each. So now the GT fleet is going to go 4L from that one to preserve their island meta strategy a little bit. And fleets are going to be in the description. Got them on PSM list with some additional details on some of their island terrain meta and +5 tactics. So, all right, so that's the second island. Third island will be placed by the Dragon Fleet. We're going to go 6L away from that one. First game was quick and decided mostly by the treasure distribution. Some real good luck. And I'll have a link to game 1 in the description as well. 4L, 5L, 6L. Yeah, that looks good. So right in the southeast corner. And outside of the Isles of Fire not being present, I think it's going to be a pretty similar distribution to last time. So HMS GT UPS, we're going to go 4L north of that one, I think. So the islands aren't too far apart. And I'm going to go a little bit west with it, so it's no more than 4L from, actually maybe 3L, yeah, from the first island they placed. Yeah, that's about 3, but they're okay with that. They just don't want them more than 4L, basically. So last round for islands now. Dragon Fleet is going to pick their second to last, and we're going to go 6L, probably from this one actually. Yeah, they're going to try 6L up here. So that's a little bit further. So 3, 4, or 5, I should say. 6 up there, right there, and last island is placed by Grand Temple UPS as player 2. They're also going to pick the home island location of the first player, so they might actually completely reverse direction here, because they know they can pick Dragon Fleet home island there. So based on that, they might actually put this one in the south, I think. They might be able to get it 3L away from anything else. Oh yeah, easily, I think. Yeah, it's more than 3L there, more than 3, less than 4, more than 3, less than 4. Yeah, they like that. That way, they'll have easier access to the islands. So the Dragon Fleet doesn't care too much, because Angelica is going to be able to fly wherever the Grand Temple goes anyway. But, all right, so, okay. Yeah, I think this is going to affect the terrain though, because now that the Dragon Fleet sees that, they see that as player 1, their home island is probably going to be picked to go up there. So, which makes it hard for Hyena to get to the islands and Wild Islands. And based on game 1, Grand Temple can win the game from just one island, and it can be hard to stop. So they're going to need a whirlpool if Hyena, or they could do Hidden Cove. but they're probably going to use a whirlpool to let Hyena go from the far northwest into like the main island archipelago, where there's going to be probably most of the wild islands. So, well, either way, it'll be most of them. So, so based on that, this is all relevant because terrain is next. So, kill that UPS. They're going to propose a little bit of a higher number. So I guess if they needed to place 2 whirlpools and they still want to place a reef because of the Grand Temple, they'll probably propose 3, I think. Yeah, they'll propose 3, and then HMS Grand Temple UPS, they're going to stick with a high number like last game. So they want whirlpools, they want at least 1 fog bank. They're going to propose, I think they won't need as many. They're going to propose 4 instead of 5. So we still have a differential. So we're going to roll off to see who gets what they want for the number. Almost never agree here in the competitive tournament, so which is totally kind of how it should be, I think. So the English, so the GT gets their terrain roll again, just like in the first game. So we'll do 4 terrain per player. So I think both fleets are going to be happy with that, though, to be honest. So, so player 1, the Dragon Fleet, they place the first terrain, and yeah, I think they're gonna try to make this island look less appealing as a potential home island by putting a whirlpool right next to it, basically. So, yeah, that looks fine. And now the GT fleet sees that, but they know they still want some whirlpools. They're gonna put one down kind of in the middle between a bunch of islands here. So theoretically, with the length of HMS Grand Temple being about an S for her hull touching the water, she probably, yeah, she wants to be able to come out of this whirlpool and dock at any of those 4 islands. That might get sabotaged by the other fleet, but we'll see. So that's the first round out of 4. Now, the Dragon Fleet just wants to place 1 more whirlpool, basically. So they're going to put one down here. So Hyena, on turn 1, Hyena could theoretically might be able to access any wild island with the current whirlpool setup. So, and then HMS GT is going to place. They're going to place 1 more whirlpool of their own, actually, too, before they go to fog banks. They're going to place one up here. Actually, they're going to place it between them. Then the enemy can't place a reef in between those islands. At least not right in between. So, okay. So that's the first 2 rounds. 2 more rounds of terrain placement. And yeah, now they're going to go, Dragon Fleet, now they're going to go with a reef. They don't know where they'll put the enemy. If they do still get placed to go northwest, they'll probably put the GT fleet southeast or southwest. So I think they'll go a reef here. Try that. GT fleet definitely wants at least 1 fog bank. Probably go kind of in the middle, but not blocking an island trade route. So they're going to go something like that. Looks like a good spot for a fog bank. And last round for terrain. So Dragon Fleet, probably go with another reef. I think they'll go cover this other side here. Yeah, they're going to go right here. They could go, well, they can't quite go there next to the whirlpool. If they use a different size, a different shape reef, they might, but it's not going to work. Because if they place it a certain way where it's not closer to S, then they can go east or west of it or whatever. So, yeah. So they're just going to do a bigger one right around here, I think. Actually, a little closer in. Yeah, we'll go. That's fine. Okay. And then the last terrain is going to be placed by the GT fleet. Probably a fog bank. I don't think they want a Sargasso Sea, really. I don't think they need any more whirlpools. Yeah, they'll probably go fog. So, yeah, they'll try a fog bank, probably in the western hemisphere of this map. Maybe right here, I think. Could go over here, but yeah, they'll cover both sides a little bit more. So, okay. So whirlpools, reefs, and fog banks for the terrain, and that's 4 per player. So Now we go to choosing home islands. So player 2 is the GT fleet, and they will place the enemy quite a ways away. Force the Hyena to go through a whirlpool, unless they bring in Hidden Cove with a +5, but I don't know if they're going to do that. I don't think so. Because Hyena, she still wants her crew. If they go in Hidden Cove, they'd have to sacrifice an important crew or two in order to get those points in the fleet. So, all right, and then so I got to place their ships. The Rye is a proxy for the Patagonia, as usual in the Dragon fleet. She's going to go away from the whirlpool up there. Hyena is probably going to go through on turn 1. And Angelica just stay at the home island, probably. We'll see. And then they're going to place the Grand Temple fleet, I think in the southeast, because the southwest has easier access to a whirlpool that's closer to this than that is to that, and a fog bank. So they're going to put Grand Temple in the southeast there. So set up their ships. I'll leave the Jollymon out because she's part of their +5 options. And yeah, so Grand Temple, this actually matters because where Grand Temple docks will determine, starts the game docked, will determine which island she's closer to for the purposes of Hidden Cove. Because right now, I think they're both about 3L and an S away. So this one is about that far. This one looks closer either way. But the Grand Temple's hull can influence that. If she starts the game here, I think she'd be closer to that one. But I guess they're not too worried about it either way. I think they'd rather go west. So I think they're going to start the Grand Temple here, which makes that island definitely closer. So, of course, the enemy might try to explore that island now on the first turn, but we'll see. Okay, I think I like the core and Patagonia's positions there look decent, so I think they'll start there. And now we go to placing crew. So player 1, Dragon Fleet, got Micron, of course, Bradley Robinson. They could change their +5s, but I don't think they want to. I think they're going to stick with their plan of Hyena whirlpooling to explore a wild island on the first turn. And yeah, they probably will go. Actually, they probably don't want to end up there through the whirlpool. Either way, so for the +5s, I think they'll stick with their default Captain Explorer Oarsman on Hyena to complement the helmsman that's already there, and could bring in Hidden Cove, but then they would end up here, basically, it looks like. But again, to bring in Hidden Cove, they'd have to probably drop, they don't want to drop the helmsman or the captains, they'd have to drop Explorer and Oarsman. But that would kind of defeat the purpose of trying to explore early. So, yeah, they'll stick with their regular crew. They can afford to lose the Oarsman, or maybe even a mast in the whirlpool. So, we got the sacrifice Oarsman for that. So, and then the GT UPS fleet, they're definitely going to keep their +5 selections the same. They've got Bradley as well for +5, so for 5 points. Explorer face down on Grand Temple, 3 Oarsmen, so 2 English, one of which starts the game on core, and the other 2 of which start the game on the home island. And with their last point, they will bring in Jollymon, and she'll start the game docked right there. So that's that. And then for the treasure distribution, they're going to keep it the same. So the same treasure distributions per fleet as game 1. So we got 663 in the GT UPS fleet, along with the Eliminator and Finder UTs to try to knock out negatives, and then 3 5s and a ton of negatives, 5 negative nasty UTs for the Dragon fleet. So that they're hoping the Hyena won't find. But so I'll mix those up, 4 per island, and I'll be ready for game 2. Okay, 4 treasure per island, ready to start. So here I'll go left clock for Dragon Fleet, and center on the left, and then right for HMS GT UPS in the east. Not an endgame condition, just trying to play the turns faster, stuff like that. So, and also I'm just kind of used to using the chest box. It's kind of fun. So, all right, get used to it for some potential future games as well, where I'll use it as a more of an end game condition. So, no Isles of Fire, so nothing to roll there, and start the turn with Hyena going through the Whirlpool. The explanation for this, if you didn't see game 1, there's a link in the description, but basically, if they don't do anything with the Dragon and Hyena, there's a chance that Grand Temple can find 2 6s on the first turn, warp them home, and then win on round 2 when Core unloads the second for +2, which is 6 + 2, and then times 2 will be 16. So they're trying to basically load a 6, or at least make it harder for GT to get the right coinage quickly. The reason they might not whirlpool to this island is because with 2 actions, Grand Temple can hit her there. So Grand Temple, they know they have a face down event, so they're probably going to Hidden Cove. So if they explore here, this would then turn into not the nearest unexplored wild islands, or wild island with no treasure on it. It might not have any treasure on it. Either way, this is a risky island to go to. This one is too. They kind of want to go farther away, basically. Hyena does. So she's thinking about the southwest or this one. Because if Grand Temple Hidden Coves to here or here, she won't be within 1 move action of hitting the enemy here. I think really none of these islands are safe for Hyena, I just realized. So it is kind of an ugly situation. Let's see how this matchup goes. The more I do the meta with it, I think HMS GT UPS might have the advantage, but I mean, we'll see. They did get lucky in game 1, so I'm just thinking about like Hyena. Even if she goes here, Grand Temple can Hidden Cove here, and then she still has 2 actions to either go there or use 1 action to maybe, yeah, I think she could reach this Whirlpool with the first action and then come out of this one with the second. So I think it's kind of an ugly situation for Hyena either way. So it's debatable if they should do nothing again. I feel like it's risky. So if they do nothing, the same thing could happen. The problem is they can't afford to keep losing games going first when GT is able to get both 6s. So I guess the odds of that happening again are pretty low in this 5-game series, based on the treasure distribution. Should change every game. I mean, I'm mixing the coins first, and then I'm making sure to mix them up good, and then I mix them without looking at them. I look away, and then when I'm picking 4 per island, I also look away. I've been like closing my eyes and stuff, so it's as random as I can get it. So I think just based on game 1, they're going to change something. They don't want to change nothing. I realize it could be a bad move because Hyena might get negative UTs, but I think they gotta do something here. So I think Hyena, she might go to this northern island over here, because then she might be able to go home without whirlpooling if she really doesn't want to take the whirlpool route home. We'll see how this whirlpool roll goes. Yeah, this is an ugly one. Well, actually, this might be good too, because then if Grand Temple coves here and Hyena's docked like up here, Grand Temple shouldn't be able to hit her with 6S speed, even if she docks at the northern edge with Hidden Cove. Well, then she could come through the whirlpool. Yeah. Either way, I think Hyena's going to be potentially in danger, but I think that's the chance they take. I don't know if game 1 is holding too much influence over me, but again, if they do nothing, they just don't want to lose based on a treasure distribution again. So anyway, they'll try something different. So I'll roll for the whirlpool on Hyena, and she does have to lose something. She'll lose her face down oarsman. She really doesn't want to lose it mast this early. So now she'll dock at this island. Yeah, she'll dock 1, 2S, reveal her helmsman and explorer. So with the helmsman, she can dock right here. That way, she'll be able to hit this whirlpool next turn. All right, here we go. Probably get a ton of negatives, but we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get an eliminator too. They did see Codex get played last round, so they know that's probably out there again. So the market explored, got the explorer crew. Okay, yeah, not the best. Okay, so they got a 6, Savage Natives, Maps of Alexandria, and Missionary. So not the best distribution, certainly. And so Savage Natives, let me get that card out. I have that one. I haven't used that too much before this tournament. So Savage Native says, when revealed, roll a d6 on a result of 1 through 3, eliminate the crew on the ship that is the lowest point value. On 4 through 6, eliminate the crew that has the highest point value. Then the ship can load 1 more treasure only, then put cursed natives face down the island. The ship must leave the island on your next turn. So problem is Missionary is going to kill all the crew anyway. So I don't think it's going to matter too much. So they choose the order in which they're applied. So they would probably, it's kind of weird how Savage Natives works with the wording, because it says when revealed, but per the code with the explore action order of operations, it's debatable if it should prevent you from loading another UT. So on page 62 of the code at the bottom, got the explore action order of operations. So look at all treasure, reveal all. So that would be, it would all be revealed. So none of them can be loaded face down here. And then it says load all face up. So since you load them all, and then you can choose to apply them, I'm going to say that they can not deal with the negative of Savage Natives until later, because you would still apply all of them. It's really weird because Savage Natives, if you applied that first, the others would already be loaded. So I don't think you can not apply them based on that. I take back what I just said. Based on what Wolf said in a recent rules reply, I think it's a little different actually. These are loaded later. I think the order, these both say Maps of Alexandria and Savage Natives, they both say when revealed. So I'm going to do those first, because the Explorer Action Order of Operation in the code says reveal all, and then you would load them. So I think I have to apply Savage Natives. They might not load the Missionary. They might not be able to. I think it's really debatable. I think this is a really weird case. But since these both say when revealed, and Missionary would be after loading it, I'm going to apply these two first. So they're gonna, so since Maps of Alexandria says when revealed, that one has to apply, I'm pretty sure. So we're gonna reveal all the coins in play. So this one reveals in the Southwest. We got both eliminators. So we've got Karmic Idol, Grata Codex, Natives, and then a 5. So interesting island there. And then in the Northeast, we've got Jailhouse Dog, Pirate Globe, and 2 5s. So the 6s are here. I think or no, 1 6 is there, my bad. I was gonna say, I feel like they're both here, but 6 3, Wolves and Plague. So some nasty stuff down here. So that's really gonna help the GT fleet know where to go, where they should go and where they should not go. Basically, it looks like the North Island is where they should go. Yeah, there's not many coins. It's kind of crazy with only 6 coins out of 16 that are worth any value. Okay, so now Maps of Alexandria, per its ability text, it's then immediately removed from the game. And now we have another one that says when revealed. So I'm going to apply Savage Natives now. So when revealed, roll the d6, and we'll see what kind of crew they lose. So on a 5, eliminate the crew that has the highest point value. So I don't think they have to reveal that it is a captain, but that's the case here. So the hyena, she's got a 3, 2, and a 1, so she loses the highest point crew. which is her face down captain, which I'll keep face down as it gets eliminated. And then this is the key that I'll ask Wolf about. It says, then this ship can load one more treasure only. And then put Kirstnian's face down on the island. I'm going to put it face up because Absolute Alexandria says for the rest of the game. So I think that overrides this one. And then this ship, either way, both players will know it's there because now Savage Natives is taking effect. And then the ship must leave the island on your next turn. So the crazy thing is, I think since it says load one more only, and this is a when reveal effect, I don't think they have to load the missionary. That's the rules question for Wolf, but obviously they're going to pick the 6 and not load the missionary. So kind of weird, but we'll see what happens. That's as far as my understanding of the rules, the Explore Action Order of Operations, his rules response, and the ability text on Savage Natives versus Missionary. That's what I think should happen. So based on like 3 or 4 different sources of information, that's the best I got. So Missionary just says remove all crew on the ship from the game, then remove Missionary from the game. Normally you have to load it, but you reveal before loading. And then it says Savage Native, you reveal right away. So, and this one doesn't say when revealed. It would be after it comes aboard. So they're going to choose to, with their only remaining coin they can load, they're going to load the one worth value, not the missionary. So anyway, so they avoid getting all their crew killed. I think that's probably all they're going to do. So they've used Micron on the Hyena, and Angelica doesn't want to fly somewhere and end up in harm's way. So I think she's just gonna sit at the home island. So yeah, so that's gonna end their turn. And the GT UPS fleet, they're probably gonna Hidden Cove, I'm pretty sure. So they have to really be careful here. They see all these negatives. Now they're seeing these other ones for the first time. Last game, I think they only saw the one. They had the missionary wiped out by the Codex or whatever. So now they see the Savage Natives, they see regular natives, they see Plague and Wolves. So now this alerts them for the rest of the series about how nasty the enemy fleet's distribution is. So, and then of course the Dragon fleet also sees like the Jailhouse Dog and Pirate Globe. They see that the GT fleet is going with all eliminators and the white BTs, the revealers, all that. So I think they need to go over here, because even if they explore here, they can't trade anything away. So the Wolves it just locks all of that up. So they basically got to go north, which is a little awkward because then they can't use the cove. Well, they could. It's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. It's debatable what to do here. Whether or not to go for gold or the Hyena. So they could Hidden Cove here and not explore it, and then take this Whirlpool to Hyena to hit her hard, but they realize Angelica is going to come for them. They want to get some gold home with Captain Jack Sparrow so that they can get a gold advantage. Then at the end, other fleet sinks them, they at least have more. The other concern is Hyena going home on this fleet's turn and getting that 6 home. But if they do that, they would need Micron to get her home with 1 action, or 1 turn, I mean. And then Angelica would not be available to move and shoot with 2 actions to hit Grand Temple. So they'll have a decision to make whether or not they want to get the 6 home, secure that. They probably won't. They'll probably send Hyena home, but then Angelica will get Micron probably to hit Grand Temple wherever she goes. So Grand Temple, probably going to go north. I just don't know if she can dock there, but I don't know if she can dock there with 1 action. Let me put the die here at the stern just to mark exactly where the ship is. I'm just saying basically if she goes this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She can't get there without Hidden Cove. Probably because of that well, I don't think she'd get there anyway. So in that case, she's going to have to Whirlpool. Yeah, that's like 3, 4, 5, 6. She would have to Cove to make a Whirlpool available within 1 move action. She can't reach this Whirlpool with one action. She's basically trying to come out this whirlpool and dock and explore. So she's gonna have to cove here to do that, and then take this or that whirlpool, and then second move to come and dock and explore. She's probably gonna do that because she knows Hyena has a 6, and that's not worth as much as one of these with +2 will be. So as soon as she trades home one of these, Aristide can boost it to 7. And then even if Hyena gets home next turn and the turn after that with the 6, they'll be up 7-6. There is a slight chance if their whole fleet gets sunk eventually because of Angelica and someone's carrying gold, if it was split via an odd number, there could be a gold tie and then the other fleet could win on units in play. But that's too much too soon. They don't know if that's going to happen, how that would all go down yet. So just thinking about their options, I think that's probably the best move. They could hit Hyena, but the problem is, even if they smash her completely and win the boarding party, Grand Temple, she does not have cargo for gold, and they have no intention of ever exploring that island. Unless I guess they captured Hyena and then she unloaded her coin to it and triggered the missionary to get rid of it. That's a long game though to play. So they want to get gold home ASAP. So yeah. It's interesting because both the eliminators are over there. That's the other play. Problem is natives is going to stop the ship because they don't have any way to trade it away. Yeah, this is something they don't like. The GT fleet with both eliminators at the same island with a negative. So then they have to deal with the negative just to trigger. Well, they can actually no, never mind. My bad. They can wipe the natives. So because the Codex and the idol, yeah, the Codex says when revealed. So that's a really interesting part of unique treasure, kind of like the unique treasure meta that I haven't thought about much. So so you could use that to wipe out natives before natives gets applied. So they could do that. They could be kind of awkward, but they would island hop basically. They would hop here, cove here, and then 1, 2, 3, one action, second action to dock and explore here. Trigger the wipe UTs before natives, wipes out all the negatives. It frees up this island, and then they'd still be able to send a 5 home. Then I'm sure Angelica would hit them, but even then, Angelica won't be able to do more than 4 damage. So if she does, that would knock out the helmsman. So that's where it gets ugly, is losing cargo. Then I think they wouldn't be able to reach this whirlpool on their next turn. If they wanted to, for example, go back through here, come out here, and then send home a 6. So no matter what, there's not really a way to get 2 coins to be worth the win here. I think they're gonna have to get 3 home, which is still very, very possible. So I'm just thinking if it would be better for them to go here. The reason I kind of like that is that both of these 5, one of those 5s is still going to be here after this turn. So if they send one home, the other one will probably still be there. The only question then is, will Captain Jack Sparrow still be there? So unless they can load an oarsman via Captain Jack Sparrow that's currently on the core for 4 crew. So unless Angelica hits 4 times, if she hits 3 times or less, they could preserve Captain Jack Sparrow, and then even if the ship loses the helmsman and therefore can't, dock at a wild island elsewhere next turn, they could still use CJS Explore and then send home another 5 to try to get 14. So yeah, I think they have to anticipate Angelica at least hitting a decent amount of times where they'd probably have to lose their helmsman. So yeah, and then try to think what other options. It's always wild when you can see all the treasures. It really puts an impetus on making sure you make the right call, because now it's not you know, oh shucks, let's just find out what's here. Now it's like, you better make the right decision. So it's more pressure when you know where everything is. So yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons. There's pros and cons to each island. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of, even if they get hit pretty hard, if they keep Captain Jack Sparrow. Oh, the other thing they might do, you know what? I didn't even think of this. They should unload all their crew to the island via the free transfer rules, and then they can pick them up after Angelica attacks. That way there's no cargo to eliminate when Grand Temple is there. That's interesting. That's interesting. It's like Captain Jack Sparrow said. So in that case, Hyena might have an incentive to stay out here, and then she could whirl over or something, pick up those crews. That is risky. Hyena has plenty of cargo space to load them. They have an incentive to load Captain Jack Sparrow, not even to use him themselves in the Dragon Fleet, but to just deny the enemy from using him. So, that would be a risky play. All right, let me figure this out. So they go here. They know they can send home the 5. That frees up a 6. But I don't know if they would ever get that 6. I think they're going to hope that Angelica hits less than 4 times and try to send home both of the 5s from there. I think that's probably what they're going to do here. So either way, they're going to use a lot of resources just getting all this to happen. You could hope that Jolly Mon could maybe get one of these 5s home, but I don't think she'd ever get home. I don't think she's going to be useful enough. Arguably, maybe, I guess they probably should have gone with divers. They didn't know Hyena would end the first enemy turn with a 6, but yeah, if they had divers instead of Jolly Mon, they'd probably, well, I don't know about probably, they might hit Hyena in that case. Try to swing that 6 over to their side and get it home quick. It would still be less gold than if they send home a 5 and plus it up, because the 6 wouldn't get plus with divers, just get sent home right away. So okay, so if they go here, they get 7 home, and they wipe the negatives to free up this coinage, but I think it's going to be harder to get more home after that. There's also a chance that Grand Temple gets both actions next round to just shoot at Angelica. She's already in range, depending on how things go. I think I just like the idea of getting more gold home faster. So, and then the other thing I like about that is if they trigger these wipers and free up this gold, then Hyena might take advantage. She might load the other 6, while Grand Temple is getting hammered by Angelica. So I think they're going to go with the Northeast. I think it's a safer option. And it also, like I said, it might get more gold home faster. And also, they might swap their helmsman for the jailhouse dog and then play it to eliminate one of the other coins, like wolves. Yeah, that's interesting too. Or load the jailhouse dog face down instead of the helmsman, and then they lose the jailhouse dog to Angelica when the cargo wrecking triggers, because the enemy fleet's probably going to use cargo wrecking pretty aggressively here every time Angelica hits, probably. So they could kind of protect one of their crew, swap the helmsman for the jailhouse dog without even intending to use the jailhouse dog, and then they lose the jailhouse dog in the attack. The helmsman is still on the island, and then they pick him up next turn. Like I said earlier, there's still a chance Hyena might want to load crew if GT drops crew, but I don't think they want to do that. I think they want to. Dragon Fleet probably wants to get that 6 home pretty soon. So, man, you can see the options. This is why I don't like a timer in competitive games. But it's not an end game one, because there's just so many things to consider. Like a chess match now. With everything revealed, it's like the pressure is on to make the optimal decision. There might be 3 or 4 paths to victory for HMS GT Fleet. I think they look pretty good right now. They feel decent about their chances, but they don't want to blow it. So that's for sure. So I think they'll cove out and then whirl into the northeast because they can't get there. Of course, if they cove, they can't. Yeah, they have to whirl no matter what, which is unfortunate. They might lose a mast. They don't want to lose a crew when they whirlpool. So let me just think about this a tiny bit more. Yeah, I don't think there's any point in hitting hyena that hard. Yeah, they want to get gold home. The wipe UTs could free up this too early. And then, like I said, the other advantage of going here is the jailhouse dog used as a sacrifice to protect the helmsman if he's on the island while Angelica attacks, basically. Yeah, I think I'll try that. And that way, like I said, if Grand Temple loses their helmsman here, there's still a 5 to trade next round before Grand Temple does anything else. She might be able to move, redock, shoot if she has CGS, and then send the 5 home after dealing damage to Angelica. So, okay, all right. I think it's pretty decent analysis. Gonna hidden cove out. So Grand Temple is gonna come basically right there, reveal her helmsman. Let's get +S to her base move. Move like pretty much right there. 1, 2, 3. Reaches the whirlpool. It's gonna come out right there. Now we're gonna roll for damage and see what we get. A 5, so she has to lose something. She's not willing to lose any of her crew, so we'll take out her second mast, which is a 3S. So that does affect things a little bit. Angelica will have a slightly easier time weakening the ship. This might make her a little bit less likely to just shoot at Angelica next round. She might get taken down to 1 mast, we'll see. So now the only question is where to dock. So she wants to be in range of a whirlpool to whirl again next round. So I think the best way to go is to basically go straight in. Yeah, I think so. As long as Hyena, she lost her captain to the Savage Natives, so she doesn't, even if she moves 3S, she won't be able to be in range without a move and shoot from Micron. So I think she's gonna move straight in, like pretty much go right here. That way, whichever side Angelica goes on, she'll be able to move. I don't think she'll be able to reach the whirlpool without a helmsman though. Yeah, that doesn't look like it. So, even if she moves something like that, yeah, it's not quite touching, I don't think, touching the whirlpool. So, yeah, I think that's fine though. Of course, Angelica could also go off her stern, forcing her to go through that one because the wings, well, it depends. Well, if she loses her mast, she might be able to go under the wings. But anyway, so yeah, good enough. So now Grand Temple reveals her Explorer and Captain Jack Sparrow. So they explore this island, which triggers Pirate Globe, and that one is basically the same as Maps of Alexandria. So it's not going to be relevant. That one's another revealer. Journal Treasure Wild Islands, face up the game. So nothing there. And then they're going to trade home Captain Jack Sparrow. They're going to trade home a 5 to the core for the face down English oarsman. It's going to come to the island, and then they're going to, I think they are going to do this crew swap for the dog. They want to leave the 5 there, or actually, it's got to be stay face up. They don't want that, but they are going to swap their helmsman for the jailhouse dog. So Grand Temple now has the jailhouse dog. She's going to put her helmsman here. The Explorer action ends, and now as a free transfer, she loads the oarsman, flipping it face up so it doesn't take up cargo space. And she's full, 3 cargo taken up. With that coin she loaded for the helmsman, core now explores the home island, reveals Maurice Aristide, and pluses up this coin to 7 total, 5 plus 2. And now as a free action, she loads the other English oarsman, this one from the home island. And of course, Micron revealed so that Grand Temple could do all that. 2 move actions, and it could build a fort. That'd be interesting. I'll get an Explorer token for them, and then Jollymon will get a move action. I don't think they want to build a fort though. They'd rather try to end the game sooner. They still think they have a decent shot at the more than half rule to end the game quick. It's just going to come down. I think it's going to come down to Angelica. If she misses a lot, it's not going to be hard to win for GT, I don't think. Jollymon, I think she's going to go west now that this island is kind of covered. The odds are decent. Let's say Angelica hits 4 for 4. Grand Temple will be able to swap that 5. So yeah, so she's gonna go over the reef. No damage, of course, going off that way. So maybe eventually, if these get wiped out, she could load the 3 or something, whatever. So I think that does it. Long turn, but a lot of options to think about. So that'll end the turn for the Grand Temple fleet. Okay, second round, game 2 of the finals here, and Dragon Fleet has to make a few decisions. They could try to nab that helmsman, but it's going to take way too much to do that, because Hyena would have to get Micron, and then she's just going to end up getting hit, because then Angelica can't weaken Grand Temple if she doesn't get Micron. So they'll go with, I think they'll start with Angelica, see how that goes, and then move Hyena home, most likely. Especially because Hyena lost her captain. So, yeah, we'll have Angelica go over here. Gonna fly towards Grand Temple, go on the starboard side. I think, yeah, just to try to block her. Yeah, because now she's going to load up that helmsman. I guess no matter what, she'd be able to, with the helmsman, she'd be able to get through the whirlpool no matter what. So, yeah. Even if she goes on the port side. So, okay, so now Micron is going to be used to give Angelica a shoot action. So I'm going to get the dice ready here for a big attack. Fire breathing dragon. Tommy's flamethrower. So 2L, 3L, 3 S's, and it's a big one. Here we go. Okay, so couple hits, so I kind of expected accuracy, I guess. So 2 hits out of 4 shots. So a 3S hit and a 2L hit, and they'll choose to eliminate cargo with each hit. They'll take out masts first, so they're gonna, Grand Temple's gonna lose 3S and then a 2L at the stern. Yeah, Grand Temple is okay with this. Because with Micron, they could return fire with 6 shots, so they're not too disappointed. They're going to lose the jailhouse dog with the first cargo wrecking hit, and then with the second hit, they'll lose their oarsmen, their face-up oarsmen, English oarsmen. So nothing bad. Yeah, those were hits they could take. They didn't want to get hit 4 times mostly. That was what they were worried about. So okay, alrighty, and then Hyena. Can't get Micron. I think she should go home. She doesn't have her captain. She can't explore any islands this turn. I mean, there's no point in exploring that one. So she could whirl towards another island, but Grand Temple might just hit her on the way by. And also, this fleet often plays for a combat elimination, but now they're down on gold, so I think they need to get some gold home. It's kind of debatable what to do. They can at least anticipate what Grand Temple might do. They could at least brainstorm that. She might try to kill Angelica, which they can't really stop. Or they still have Captain Jack Sparrow, and they see that they can reload the helmsman. So HMS Grand Temple is probably going to she might go to a different island. She's probably going to redock, send home the 5, and then hit Angelica in the process. She still has Captain and Explorer abilities. Yeah, this is ugly. I think they don't want to go to one of these other islands, because if Hyena starts making moves towards this island, if she's the one that wipes out these, that just frees them up for Grand Temple. But then if she goes here, she can't do anything. So I think the problem with Hyena going to this island is exactly that. She'll trigger the codex, wipe the natives, but then it wipes the wolves and the plague. And then she's not going to be fast enough to stop GT from whirling here and then sending home the 6 for +2 for 8 total. So I don't know. Feels like a lose-lose situation. So the other nice thing is if Hyena gets the coin home, they could build a fort on one of these 2 islands, maybe. I don't think the game will last long enough for them to have the chance at it, but whatever. So Hyena's going to go home and try to unload her 6, which will be next turn. They anticipate losing Angelica as well. So then Hyena would get Micron next round, most likely. So, okay. So rolling for Whirlpool damage before I turn over the turn. She gets a bad roll again. She'll probably lose a mast because I don't feel like she can afford to lose the Explorer. Definitely not the Helmsman. She'll need it just to dock out of a Whirlpool. She needs the Explorer too. So she's going to lose a mast. Kind of crappy Whirlpools. Yeah, pretty rough Whirlpool trips. I think I'm 0 for 3 on that in this game, looks like, overall. Anyway, so I think that's all they can do. That's their 3 full actions. So Angelica was really hoping to hit more times, but yeah, this is kind of what I anticipated in this matchup. Is Angelica's faced a lot of opponents that didn't have, all her previous opponents had 5 masts or less, and even the 5 master she faced, Roanoke, she didn't have the accuracy to really combat or compete directly with Angelica. But HMS Grand Temple is both more durable and more accurate. So she can just take on Angelica. She doesn't even need the first, she doesn't really need the first shot. She's got a good shot at beating the dragon one-on-one, head-to-head, either way. So I think that might be the equalizer in this matchup. Let's see. So, all right, so we'll turn it over, and HMS Grand Temple is pretty excited about their prospects. So I think they're gonna redock, and yeah, just so they can shoot. Basically, they need to shoot. So so free transfer. So free action to load the helmsman back up. That's kind of a neat idea. Load the jailhouse dog that they don't need, protect the helmsman, and then, because then if Hyena came over here to try to load the helmsman, Grand Temple could just shoot at her now too. So, or at least maybe next turn. So anyway, so Grand Temple, she's going to redock basically, do a slight maneuvering here, and then redock pretty much in the same spot. And then she's going to explore first. She can shoot or explore in whichever order she wants because she is captain and explorer. She wants to just send this coin home right away. So she sends it home. A face down English oarsman goes to the island. That part of the move ends. The free action to be the explorer. Now she has to shoot to fully resolve the move action. So got 3 red dice. So we'll go all 2 L's. So 3s or higher. We'll crush Angelica. So, okay, we got 3 4s. So that's 3 hits. I'm gonna leave it for now because I think she's gonna shoot again to kill it. So I'm just gonna leave Angelica for now. Kaor is now going to explore the home island, and with Aristide's bonus, pluses this coin up to 7, basically. So they've got 14 now, so they only need 2 more to win. And as a free action, Grand Temple is going to load this face down oarsman. She has to flip it face up so that it doesn't take up cargo space. So now her crew selection is back to normal. So she's preserved her options by sacrificing an oarsman she didn't need, basically using the jailhouse dog as a shield. So kind of evil. Maybe Captain Jack Sparrow has turned cursed. So he sacrifices the dog to protect his helmsman, who has just reboarded the ship back on the Grand Temple. And now her second action via Micron on the Patagonia at the home island is going to just be a shoot action, I think. She might move towards a whirlpool. Let me think about this. There's no real benefit to staying docked unless she was going to build a fort. But she still doesn't want to do that. She's betting that she can get 1 more hit out of these last 3 shots to kill Angelica. So yeah, I think she'll move a bit just to give her a little bit better options for next turn. So measuring from that port bow, that mainmast spar towards the top can actually fit under that that dragon tip, the dragon wing there. So, and then I go there. That looks fine. All 3 shots still in range. So I'm just gonna open fire once again. 3's hit to kill Angelica. She only has 1 segment left, remember. So. And that'll do it. 3 more hits, really 1, but so 4 for 4 technically. And Angelica is killed. And this should be an easy win now the rest of the way. We'll give Jollymon a move action, and that'll end their turn. I think that's all they can, pretty much all they can do. Oh, they'll load, as a free action, they'll load this French Warsman onto Coeur du Lion via the free transfer rules. So, and yeah, that does it. So, Dragon Fleet now has no dragon. They will be able to get 6 home right now. They might as well, they've already gone there, so they might as well unload it, I guess. Either way, they're just gonna get crushed, I think. They could not go home, and they could go through the whirlpool, come out, and dock and explore here. But like I said earlier, it's just gonna free up this gold sooner. So at least they want to force Grand Temple or Jollymon to explore here to free up that gold. So the problem is, Grand Temple Fleet, as soon as they send 1 more coin home, they'll win. So actually, you know what? That's actually a huge problem. Yeah, I need to make sure I do the right thing with the Dragon Fleet. Even if their odds are slim, they're gonna lose. They just realized they're gonna lose this in the second half of this round anyway, because Grand Temple is gonna whirl from here to here, and as soon as she sends home the 5, it's over. So she's got to at least try to interrupt that somehow, even though it feels like suicide. She's got to at least try. Because she could ram, it's not gonna work, but she can ram Grand Temple, get pinned, that'll kill another crew. Maybe kill a crew in the boarding. If she wins, that would kill 2 crew. That could actually affect it a tiny bit. If she forces Grand Temple to kill her oarsman, and then either the helmsman or the explorer. If she kills the helmsman, Grand Temple, nah, she's still gonna be able to dock there. I don't think there's another way to do it, really. Going after Jollymon's not gonna help. She can't get within range of, that's 1, yeah, from where the hull would be, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, she's not gonna be able to ram either home island ship either, it doesn't look like. So, there's no fort play. Yeah, if they could build a fort here, but they need a 3rd action for that. Instead of dock home, whirlpool, and then yeah, they need 3 move actions. I guess they could attack. The problem is max damage. She doesn't have a captain anymore, so the max damage Hyena can do with a ram and board is 1 mast and 2 crew. 1 from if she wins the boarding, 1 from getting pinned via the ability. Problem is, if Grand Temple loses her, she'd lose her oarsman first, and then I think she'd lose the helmsman, but she'd still have the explorer, and then she'd be able to go to whichever whirlpool was not blocked, come through here, and then her hull is going to be about here. She doesn't need the helmsman to dock, explorer, send home the coin. So I don't, based on all that analysis, I don't think Hyena can prevent the inevitable from happening. So I think she's just going to dock home. I really don't see it personally. Her max damage just isn't high enough to kill. She needs to kill 3 crew on the Grand Temple, not 2. But she can't, I don't think there's a way for her to do that. So just going to dock home, just increase their score basically. So they do get 6 instead of 0 this game. And they're going to come through with Micron, 2nd action. I guess it doesn't really matter which one they come out of. They can go like that. It's not going to block her enough. Yeah, they could. But it doesn't matter because the next, no matter what, the next coin sent home ends the game. So they'll just do that. Whirlpool, real quick. They gotta lose something. Actually, they're gonna go they won't be able to block the temple. She's going to come out here, and then she'll still have her helmsman in 3S. So they'll move like that, or come out like that. Because now they're going to lose. I think they'll lose their explorer, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Lose the explorer, turn it over, and then now we can see game end. So Grand Temple comes through here with one action, roll for whirlpool damage. She does get damaged. She doesn't care. She loses her oarsman, and then she uses Micron to dock here, triggers all these UTs. The Codex and the Idol, they wipe out the natives before natives would take effect. She sends home the 5 for that French oarsman that's face down. Core now unloads for +7, and they've won. So with that, game 2 goes to HMS Grand Temple UPS. So 3 5s that all got plussed up. So they basically got 7 times 3 for 21-6 is the final score. So they have more than half the starting treasure. So they've won game 2, and now they're up in the series 2-0. So got lucky with the treasure distribution in the first game, and then here they got lucky with it in a way. Hyena got mostly bad stuff, but then the key was that she found those maps or whatever that flipped all the coins. So then it allowed Grand Temple to avoid the negatives. So I think it's been a rough learning curve for Kill That UPS. I think they're screwed, but they got to win 3 in a row now. So they will change their strategy again. I think Hyena is going to hold back if they go first in game 3, because she doesn't want to flip. Now it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, because she might reveal all the treasure, and then that informs Grand Temple on where she needs to go. So it's kind of a mess. I think this is a nasty UPS fleet because it has gold getting capability and combat prowess. So that's a rough thing to face. So Angelica, Angelica, as strong as it is, it's not. HMS Grand Temple is really strong too. She's got the durability to withstand a full attack, basically, and then keep moving and keep going, and potentially keep sending treasure home. So Angelica hitting 4 times would be really devastating, but as long as she hits less than that, it's tough. And theoretically, in a weird situation where Angelica hits 4 times against a healthy Grand Temple would have 2 mass left. And if she gets Micron to shoot 4 times, if she hits all those times, she could still kill Angelica. So, yeah, a lot of interesting possibilities. But overall, HMS Grand Temple is really showing that they can beat this fleet relatively easily, going second. And I think, it's a weird situation with Kill That UPS. They don't want to go first. Tempted to just not let them go first in game 3. I don't think I want to do that though. I want to let the luck play it out, whatever. But of course, you run into the same problems. If Kill That UPS goes second, Grand Temple could still send home both 6s on turn 1, or or just get lucky with the distribution in a different way, where she maybe finds the globe and an idol on the first island, so then she flips all the ETs up and wipes the negatives. So there's a lot of different permutations of the treasure distribution where HMS Grand Temple comes out on top. The only way she doesn't is if she gets only negatives, and or maybe the jailhouse dog as well, because you can't use that until after it's been loaded. So overall, of course, the luck plays a role, but overall, it was an interesting game. Better game than game 1, because it looked like Kill That UPS had a chance. But then once Angelica only hit 50% of the time, it was kind of writing is on the wall that GT is going to be able to pull it out. So, yeah, 21-6, game 2 ends, and GT UPS, we'll see if they can sweep. They got a chance at a 3-game sweep here. So we'll see what happens in game 3. Thanks for watching. Feel free to stay tuned for the rest of the finals of tournament number 3. And I will say, I am going to play some additional competitive matchups after the tournament ends. I have a list of them. I don't know offhand. Some of them go back to tournament number 2 fleets. Like I want to play the winner of this fleet or this tournament against the winner of tournament number 2, which, spoiler alert, but is UPS 2, one of the best fleets of all time. I think I'm going to play some other competitive matchups too. I might bring out the Zeus for UPS 5 actually, and I'm probably going to play the winner of this, or I'm probably going to play HMS GT UPS against Ultra Abuse just to see how that goes. I think that's going to be another treasure distribution luck fest, but I still want to see it because Ultra Abuse came pretty close to actually winning that series, so still a little bit, feel a little weird about that. But anyway, so that wraps up game 2, and there'll be more to come, even beyond the finals. So thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Pirates action.